Hi, it's Sai. I made a Minecraft skin of my main Persona character a couple of years ago, but the way that I had made it was basically by recoloring and editing a pre-existing skin. There's nothing wrong with it per se, but it doesn't feel very true to myself that I had basically edited over a skin and painted over some details instead of really creating one. So I'm gonna finish the job that I should have started and recreate the skin. I started off by selecting a few details that I wanted to keep, and I reverted everything else to a neutral base. I liked the general shape of the original, but I didn't like the shading very much, so that was probably my biggest focus getting back into this. Through some unholy wombo combo, I managed to crash Aseprite.
What did I just do?
I haven't encountered this since, but I think that I hit a layer while things were selected on it. The backup was really well timed though. I didn't lose very much, so I was able to get right back to where I was. So this Minecraft skin viewer plugin has been super helpful throughout this entire process. And what that does is it allows me to see live changes of the skin as I work on it, while still allowing me to work in the familiar Aseprite environment. So I don't have to learn a new editing software, and I have my palettes and my controls exactly how I want them. There's a point, like 75% of the way through the video, where I switched to Blockbench to edit the topmost layer, the transparent one with the top details. And I felt that that was necessary because it was more intuitive than using the flat plane, but losing access to my keybinds was fairly uncomfortable. And not to say that I didn't try to change the Blockbench keybinds, it's a whole other thing. It was taking me out of doing the work, so I just did things manually. Now that we're on the hair, I was originally considering doing like a sparkle halo in the hair just to add some visual interest, but it just wound up looking really noisy, so I don't keep it. But here's a quick 360 of that.
Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that's what's wrong. I forgot about that mod. Hold on.
This Fresh Moves texture pack was glitched.
Yeah, she's cute.
Well, less glitched and more it doesn't work with this specific skin. Basically, the eyes are too small and fall far apart and low on the face for it to be properly compatible. It was also using my color palette as eyebrows, which is why it looked so strange. But anyway, this part here was recorded back in May. This was my final pass during that initial window where I was working on it. So this is when I reopened the project for the first time in a couple of months, and I decided that I wanted to put the finishing touches on the modern version and fix up the things that were bothering me between the old version and the new version. I spent a good while talking to myself here, but what I decided that I wanted to do is take the shape of the bangs and the headphones from a couple of the older versions and apply that shape language and the headphones to the modern version, and that would just be like the finishing touches. That's the one thing that this needs. So I opened the modern version and the headphone version separately, and I just took the headphones and I yoinked them and I applied them to the modern version, and I left the bangs in, and I feel like that was a good guide for the shape that I wanted. I will also note that I did draw those bangs myself on the top layer, so no stolen pixels here. So here in a moment, I select the face, and the reason that I'm doing that is because I'm thinking about how the player icon displays on multiplayer tabs, because on the multiplayer tab, it doesn't show the topmost layer over the face, you just get the base layer, and it looks really bad in game. I didn't get a chance to show that properly. Now that I've fixed the main things that caught my eye just from playing the game and getting used to playing with the headphone skin, I just went back through and I touched up the bangs again. I cleaned up some stray pixels. I added some more contrast to the base layer. And overall, I'm really happy with how this whole thing has turned out. I know it's pretty derivative of the original, but I've built a pretty strong sense of identity around this skin. So changing the overall shape language of, I mean, really any of these details feels kind of weird, but I definitely wanted to modernize the shading, and I definitely succeeded in that regard. Like, I look at, especially the torso, the old torso screamed Planet Minecraft. Ooh, wait, I'm catching something? No, looks like it is a part of the skin. Okay. Besides that, I think the only thing I need to change now are these, was this 4 pixels on the headphone? There we go. So I'm gonna delete this one. Oh, interesting. Oh, Jesus Christ. For context, I have this turned down by 20 decibels. That was so loud. Why would they do that? That scared me so bad. Oh my god. So here's the final in-game reveal. I'm super proud of this. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I was really worried about losing the identity of it. But I was also worried about staying too close to the original, and I think that I struck a good middle ground. I wasn't initially planning on sticking with the headphones as the final design, but they really resonated with me. That might be because I'm an ex-Deadlocks fan from like 2013. I would think to check up on how that guy's doing, but when I checked up on Skyda's Minecraft, I was very disappointed. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about like what my process was, if you want some more guidance towards actually making a skin, let me know. I'll try to answer any questions that I get. Thank you for watching. It's Sai, and I'll see you around. Peace.